In the last 3 years that I have worked with Danuta, I have watched her observe the unique qualities of all her students and incorporate those in her teaching. From fostering the creativity of a future artist to opening the eyes of students through various fairy tales, Danuta is able to reach all of her students and make learning meaningful to them. The students skip down the hall to Mrs. B's room and are eager to see what they will be doing next.
Brings so much love to her work that she does with the students, and just an unquestioning faith that her students are going to achieve what they need to achieve. And Donna she unquestionably brings that care and love to her students, and just her belief that all of her students are going to reach the goals that have been set before them because they can. And that spills out into her interactions with other adults. When you talk to Donna, you know that she believes in you.
Karen's a rock, and she's somebody that we count on for a lot of things in this building, and that's one of the things that defines Karen to me, is that idea of stability. She's always there, she's always responsive. She's a team player, she jumps into anything, and that
Karen Fisher has meant a tremendous amount to the students, the staff, and the community here at Cooper Middle School. We've really enjoyed getting a chance to know Karen over the last decade. Karen has a tremendous heart. She loves working with kids, and she comes every day excited to work with students and staff. I think her heart is really the thing that people are going to remember about her for a long time.
I will miss most Joyce's ability to make everyone feel welcome. Joyce strikes up conversation, she makes connections, and she makes sure that everyone who comes through the front office leaves feeling valued and important.
As a mother figure to our students, she sets high standards for their academics as well as their behaviors, and they meet that standard. Joyce has provided consistency and continuity in the smooth management of London. This self-directed initiative shows the care and dedication Joyce, a part-time secretary doing a full-time job, has invested in her years here at London and in District 21.
Students will always remember Mr. Harrigan as a very caring individual. He always made time in his day to make sure that they felt safe and that they were cared for, and they will always look to him as that person that made him feel safe at Longfellow School. I know one of the things that I appreciate about Rick is that he was always willing to share his ideas and generate ideas. His experience in different areas always allowed for him to talk about what would work, could work, and what his past experience had that didn't work.
Rick's strength is his interpersonal skills. The students adore him, and he is very understanding and caring with them. He knows every kid in the building, and he even gives every one of them a unique nickname. He's very passionate about teaching the whole child, both academically and social, and it takes a big heart to shape little minds, and Rick has one of the biggest hearts I know.
Sue has left a lasting legacy because of the impression that she has made on students, and because she has such strong relationships with her students, it makes the students want to come back and share their successes with her because she has left that lasting impression on them.
She cares about excellence in a way, and not just for herself, but for other people. And that carries over to her students. She has very high expectations for them, and she has very high expectations for herself. And I think she models that to her students and to the rest of the staff every day. She really cares, and she's sensitive, and she wants to help out in any way that she can.
Nancy is very passionate about making sure that kids are well. She is another strong advocate for students and of students. She genuinely cares about the well-being of the school. She supports the front office staff in many capacities. Students know that they trust her, that she's concerned about them, she's empathetic, and she's compassionate, and she again is also very kind.
A tireless advocate for our students and staff. She is a great mentor. She's a great leader of the health department, and she's a really good friend.
I know the students will remember Ann by when they were in the health office, if they had a health issue, that they were treated with compassion. They felt a sense of confidence that they were being treated coherently, and also a sense of calm, because Ann was always professional in that manner.
She's calm, she's caring, she's funny, and she's friendly to everybody. The students like her. They look to her for guidance and her caring ways.
When I started at post school, Leslie came up to me and said, I just want to let you know everybody here is kind and I want you to feel safe, and if there's anything that you ever need, I'll be here. I'll be your mom. And ever since then, she's always been there for me, and she's been a good friend of mine, and she's really helped me through a lot of things.
When I think of Leslie, I think of her kindness, her smile, her generosity, her happiness, and her love for all of our students and staff. Leslie helps any child who needs help, and she's always very kind and always very generous with her time and very loving.
So Marybeth is a warm, kind-hearted individual who cares about her students and her coworkers. She's engaging with her students. She creates wonderful lessons that she shares with other people in the building. I think of Marybeth as warm-hearted, kind. I will miss her smile and her energy that she has in the building.
Marybeth is an exceptional teacher. She works really hard. She works hard in developing lessons that are engaging, accessible to her students, are differentiated. So in terms of her actual teaching, she is exceptional. She's also a very kind and compassionate person. She genuinely cares about kids. She always works hard to advocate for kids, and she supports the school in a number of ways.
When I met Sue 15 years ago at Whitman, she was and continues to be warm and welcoming to students and to staff alike. Sue has the ability to target students' special needs and implement a variety of different strategies. To a very special ed teacher, have a great retirement, Sue.
Sue is someone that will be dearly missed because she's a great collaborator with all of us and just someone who's really dedicated her life to Whitman School. If you asked her students what Mrs. Miller is like, they'd say she's fun, that she cares about them, and she really loves them. And we see that as her colleagues because she will frequently follow them from year to year to year and just kind of touch base and see how they're doing even when they exit the program.
What's really great about Hillary is kids absolutely adore him. He is very accessible to students. He volunteers a lot of his free time to support kids. He's awesome in that regard. He's just really dedicated to the school community. So we appreciate.
What I really admire about Hillary is just how selfless he is with his time. He has students in before school, after school, during lunch, and I once asked him about that, and what he said to me really stuck with me. He said, not only do I want my students to do well in school and really succeed and feel like they're accomplishing things, but I want them to have fun. He said, I see middle school as really their last chance to be kids at school, and he wants them to get the most out of that time in middle school. And that's one of the things I really admire.
What do I say about Laura Newcomer? Wow, she is a very dedicated individual. She's taken more time out of her personal life to support all of her colleagues here in District 21 through her leadership capacity. The other thing about Laura is just her true friendship. She's there for all of her colleagues at all times. She really takes time to get to know everybody.
I think that she brings joy, hard work, care for students, but also she's very thoughtful of teachers. She works very hard. I think she's smart. I think she's very caring and kind. So she brings all those things to the table, and these are things that we want in our teachers. We want them to come to work with a smile, treat kids very well, be very kind, respectful, highly professional, and thoughtful.
Jorge Alage is the person who keeps Field School afloat. He is our fixer. He fixes everything from a cleanup at table 6 in the lunchroom to jump-starting a teacher's car when it won't start. But more importantly, Jorge brings laughter to both the students and staff here at Field School, and he is a warm and welcoming person throughout the day.
And students see him with care and respect and love. I mean, he's very kind to the students. He's always in the cafeteria, always smiling with them, helping them out. I think that they like him very much. I think they're gonna miss him tremendously.
A lot of people don't know this, but 1979 was his hire date. Before 1979, he was coming to Hawthorne as a teenager and worked beside his dad as his dad cleaned Hawthorne. Sam has been around the district and has seen numerous things. He's gotten the opportunity to work with 11 different principals, 4 different superintendents, and has done a wonderful job of representing Cooper and School District 21.
He's a big part of Cooper. I mean, when he leaves and retires, which we're all going to miss him, he's been a friend to me. He's been a mentor. You know, we've shared laughs, we've shared tears, we've had hard days, good days. Always know that with Sam, we're getting through it. I mean, he's just been a person that is there.
Mary Jo has a heart of gold. I think, though, one of her obsessions is paperwork, and she makes sure she dots all her I's and crosses all her T's. She makes sure that all of our protocols are up to date, they're current. We have specific orders from doctors to make sure that we are keeping all children safe.
One word that describes Mary Jo to me is generous. She's extremely generous in every way, just with her time, her resources, and her knowledge. Her knowledge base of pediatrics is very deep, and she shares it freely with all her colleagues.
Andy Redmond has been a wonderful addition to the Riley School. She participates and it works hard in our professional learning community. She's a great liaison for our families, bridging home to school. Andy's always there to help out. She has done a terrific job working with families and helping to get children signed up for NWSRA activities such as bowling and swimming. She just has such a kind spirit. And
one of Andy's greatest qualities is her loyalty. She's a great friend, co-worker, and advocate for everyone she meets. The time and commitment she shows is unmatched, and she will be truly missed by everyone.
Maureen is very compassionate, she's kind, she really cares about kids and families, she truly cares about her coworkers. She will be the first one to ask you how you're doing. Maureen has an incredible gift of connecting with students and breaking down the barriers of cultural differences with families. She's very easy to connect with.
Maureen has been an invaluable leader in creating a positive school climate, not only for students and staff, but for the larger Poe community. She's a passionate advocate for children and their families. Maureen possesses excellent clinical skills to develop and implement programming to support students' social and emotional growth. She's an eager collaborator, willing to extend herself to provide outstanding services to all.
The word that I chose to describe her as loyal. L is loving. O stands for original. She's very original. Y, she's young at heart. She's ready to be a grandma to her little grandson. A, awesome, amazing, and astounding. And L, she is my long-lasting friend. Very first mentor meeting back in that hot library during the summer of 2003, myself along with the other new teachers at our building met Kristy. One of the first things I remember her saying is, "If you need anything, I am here for you." That statement couldn't be more true and representative of her. She's a great listener and a shoulder to lean on when needed.
Sue's an amazing asset to the school community. She is one of those dedicated teachers that works tirelessly. She's frequently following the kids into high school. She's gone to Wheeling High School football games and basketball games, and that's really the kind of the cool thing about Sue. She's just really dedicated to the kids, not just here, but as they grow older. She's stayed in contact with many of her former students.
Personally, Sue entered my life at a very young age. I remember walking into my older brother's conferences and smiling at her and just wanting to get to know her because she exudes this presence and she lives this reality that she's doing something impactful. As a student and then as a professional, Sue's example has helped me develop my personal work ethic. To say that I'm grateful for her is just the start.
Not only is Martha an advocate for the needs of our students, especially in the area of special education, she is also an advocate of our families, being in touch with the community and the resources and the events, and also making sure that we partner with organizations.
Martha is a great colleague to bounce off ideas, and she always finds something positive in any situation. She has brought so much here at Hawthorne. She's brought in our senior readers. She is a great colleague, a great mentor, and most of all, what I like to call my Hawthorne mom. She is one of the first teachers I started to work with here at Hawthorne. She welcomed me with open arms, and she made me feel like family, and I will truly be grateful for that.